Hi guys, it's me, just Anderson again. And in this video, I will continue my road trip into the dark depths of hell. We're reading this book, The Inferno, by Dr. Alighieri. Alighieri pronounce it. And I will begin with Canto number 2 in this video. So here we go. Canto 2. Day was departing, and the embrowned air released the animals that are on earth from their fatigues, and I, the only one, made myself ready to sustain the war, both of the way and likewise of the woe, which memory shall retrace, that erreth not. O muses, O high geniuses, now assist me. O memory, that didst write down what I saw, here thine ability shall be manifest, and I begin. Poet who guidest me, regard my manhood, if it be sufficient, ere to the arduous path thou dost find me. Thou sayest that of Sylvius the parent, while yet corruptible unto the world, immortal went, and was there bodily. But if the adversary of all evil was courteous, thinking of the high effect that issue would from him, and who and what to men of intellect unmeet, he seems not. Oh, if men of intellect unmeet, it seems not. For he was of great Rome and of her empire, in the imperial heaven as father chosen, the which, the what, and what, speaking to, wishing to speak the truth, was established as the holy place, wherein sat the successor, of the greatest Peter. Upon this journey, whence thou givest in bond, things did he hear, which the occasion were both of his victory and papal mantle. Thither went afterwards to the chosen vessel, to bring back comfort then unto that faith which of sufficient way is the beginning, but I why thither come, or who conceives it? I not Aethers am I not Paul, nor I nor others think of me worthy of it. Therefore, if I resign myself to come, I fear the coming may be ill-advised. Thou art wise and knowest better than I speak, and as he is, who unwills what he willed, and by that but new thoughts, thus his intention change, so that from his design he quite withdraws. Such I became upon that dark hillside, because in thinking I consumed the emprise, which was so very prompt in the beginning. If I have well thy the language understood, replied the chief of the magnanimous, thy soul is chained is with cowardice, which many times a man encumbers so. It turns him back from honored enterprise as false sight, thus the beast, when he is shy, that thou mayest free thee from this apprehension. I'll tell thee why I came and what I heard. From the first moment when I grieved for thee, among those who I who were in suspense, and ye fair saintly lady called to me, in such wise I besought her to command me. Her eyes were shining brighter than a star, and she began to say, gentle and low, with a voice angelical in her own language, of spirit curious of Mantua, of whom the fame so in the world endures, and shall endure love lasting in no other of the world. Perfect in the mind, and not the friend of fortune, upon the desert slope so impeded, upon his way that he hath turned to terror, and may I fear already be so lost, that I too late have risen to his succor, from that which I have heard of him in heaven. Minister thee now, and with thy speech ornate, and with what needful is for this release, assistance so that I may be consoled. Beatrice, am I, who do bid thee go. I come from there, where I would remain, but where I would fain return. Love moved me, but which compelled me to speak, when I shall be in presence of the Lord, of my Lord. For often will I praise thee unto him. Then paused she, and thereafter I began, O Lady of Virtue, thou alone through whom the human race exceedeth all contained within the heaven that hath the lustrous circles. So grateful unto me is thy commandment to obey. If 'twere already done late, no farther needeth the thy wit, to meet thy wish. But the cause tell me why thou dost not shun the here descending down to the center, from the place thou burnest to return to, since thou wouldest faint so inwardly discern. Briefly will I relate, she answered me, why am I not afraid to enter here? Of those things one should be afraid. Only should one be afraid. Which have power of doing others harm. Of the rest, no, because they are fearful. God in his mercy such created me. That misery of yours attains me not, nor flameth of me. Of this burning a gentle lady is in heaven who grieves at that impediment to which I send thee. So the stern judgment there above is broken in her entreaty. He besought Lucia and said, thy faithful one now stands in need of thee, and unto thee I recommend him. Lucia, foe of all that cool is, hasten away, and came unto the place where I was sitting, hasten away came to the place where I was sitting with ancient Rachel, Beatrice. She said, she, the true praise of God. Why succorest thou not him who loved thee so? For thee he issued, whom the vulgar heard. Dost thou not hear the pity of this plan? Dost thou not the comparison. The comparison beside that flood, where ocean has no bond. Never will person in the world so swift to work their wheel and to keep their woe. After such words as these were uttered, came hither downward from the blessed seat. Hither downward from the blessed seat, to find in their dignified discourse, which honors thee and those who listen to it. And after she had thus spoken unto me, weeping her shining eyes, she turned away, whereby she made me swifter in my coming, and unto thee I came as she desired. I have delivered thee from the wild beast, which barred the beautiful mountains' short ascent. Why is it then? Why does thou delay? Why is such baseness bred in thy heart? Daring and hardihood, why hast thou not seen that 3 days Benedict are caring for thee in the court of heaven? And so much good my speech doth promise thee, even as the flowerets by eternal chill bow down and close, when the sun wakens them, uplift them, and so blow themselves all open in on their stems, and such I became with my exhausted strength, and such good courage in my heart, their course, that I began like an infected person. O she compassionate, who so good me, and clearest thou, who hast obeyed so soon the word of truth which she addressed to thee. Thou hast my heart so with desire disposed to that adventure with these words of thine, that to my true intent I have returned. Go now, for one soul woe is in us both, thou leader and thou Lord and Master thou. Thus said I to him, when we had moved, I entered the deep and savage way. And right here is another picture of Dante and Virgil. The Dog in the Sky of The Dog in the Sky of First Night. And we will continue with the Inferno storyline, Canto 3. The next time I continue this little adventure. Good night.